Yo, what's good? What's good, man? What's good? What's good? We here. We here. Huh? We here. I wanna watch this video about Drake and UMG, okay? If you haven't noticed, if you haven't heard, there is a lawsuit going on with Drake, UMG, Kendrick. I haven't been reviewing this thing since it started. I haven't even really talked about it. I think I talked about it one time, maybe on one of my Think Pieces in Conversation episodes. But I'm gonna react to my man video right here. I don't even know his name. Let me look at your name real quick, bro. Let me look at your name real quick. Cuff Boy. Shout out to you, bro. There's been some new developments. I want to hear about it. Let's get it.
All statements with Kendrick Lamar's music, whether it's through email. The Drake vs. UMG Records lawsuit is heating up. Drake's team filed motions requesting basically millions of documents from UMG. Drake's team is trying to reach for any and all information to prove that these people at UMG, knowingly with reckless disregard, put out false statements with Kendrick Lamar's music, whether it's through email, through contracts, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of documents. All right, first document we got here is a letter to the judge. Pursuant to Section 3A and 6B of Courts, Individual Rules, and Practices in Civil Cases and Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 26 and 37. Plaintiff Aubrey Drake Graham, or Drake.
Hold on. I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this. Let me put on my headphones. Let me put on my headphones, man. I gotta hear this. Yo, Guru, let me hear this. Turn me up. Guru, turn me up, Guru. Turn me up.
Defendant UMG Records to collect, review, and produce the responsive custodial documents of UMG Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Lucien Grange. UMG's refusal to permit relevant discovery into CEO's files is unsupported by law and would prejudice plaintiff's ability to test and prove his claims. That's interesting that UMG responded back basically saying, "F now, we're not giving you our CEO's files and everything." Plaintiff's amended complaint contains numerous allegations specific to Grange, including his role and knowledge of the scheme to defame and harass plaintiff, and UMG's use of deceptive business practices regarding the same. UMG's insistence on shielding Grange from document discovery is unfair, unwarranted, and inconsistent with fundamental principles of discovery.
Yo, I don't know if y'all understand the levels, the depth of revenge that Drake is looking for. He wants vengeance. I don't necessarily agree with him doing the lawsuit. I don't agree with it because naturally I'm a hip hop fan, and certain things that happen in hip hop, certain beefs that happen in hip hop, they've crossed the line, and there was no lawsuits that ever been involved. There's no lawsuits that's ever came into the picture. People had beef. People might have entered street beef after. People might have made up later on. People might have went touring together later on after the beef. Some beefs ended careers, such as a 50 Cent and Ja Rule. He damn near ended Ja Rule's career, but in today, 2025, he's still touring. Ja Rule is still touring. So maybe he killed his career as being a mainstream popular artist, but Ja Rule was still able to eat in the end of it. This beef with Drake and UMG and Kendrick Lamar, people think that this beef is about music. Yes, the Not Like Us record is a song. Yes, it's a song. Okay, yes, it's a song. That's not what I'm talking about. This is about brands. This is about a brand being affected. A brand has been affected. A man that's brand has been affected through name calling, such as Kendrick calling him a predator. He called him a predator. It went mainstream. It went to the Super Bowl. It went here. It went there. It went worldwide. You understand? Everything. His name has been tarnished by the beef. Yes, in other past beefs with other rappers, you can say that Drake's name has been kind of tarnished, especially with the Pusha beef. He lost that. The Meek Mill beef. Meek Mill said some things about him saying that he got pissed on, but Drake won that beef. The beef that Drake lost with Pusha T, he never came back and did a lawsuit with him. The things that happened with Pusha did not get this big. This became gargantuan. This became a different monster. It became an untamed beast frolicking the world, which was not like us. It went everywhere. You called me a pedo. That's not true. Your label, which is my label as well, helped you out. Didn't help me out. I understand why he doing it. He got to protect his name. In the 48 laws of power, you got to protect your reputation at all costs. That's one of the rules in the 48 laws of power. If you haven't read it, I suggest you read it.
Under the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, plaintiff is entitled to discovery regarding any non-privileged matter relevant to any claim or defense, with relevance being broadly construed. The AC means amended complaint is replete with allegations regarding Grange's role in approving the publication and promotion of the defamatory material.
Exhibit A. Let him say that again. Back up.
Allegations regarding Grange's role in approving the publication and promotion of the defamatory material, his position of control over the artist UMG represents, and the workplace code by which UMG operates, and his knowledge of the ongoing harm to Drake and Drake's denials of these allegations and defamatory material. The AC alleges that Grange was involved in the initial publication of the recording and image. The AC alleges that UMG has always known that Drake is not a and had no history of sexual abuse allegations, and that UMG's substantial investment in Drake as one of its flagship artists evidence as much. Can't believe this lawsuit's real every time I read it. Alleging that in 2022 he praised Drake's contract extension by calling him one of the biggest artists of today.
The guy that's making this video, this is the angle that I was talking about with people being fans. All right, I'm a fan of hip hop. He's a fan of hip hop, I could tell. That's why he can't believe that this is happening. There's nothing that I don't believe no more when it comes to this music thing, all right? Drake wants to he wants to get revenge on everybody. He wants to get revenge on the entire game. He wants to set a precedent. That precedent is, oh yeah, y'all gonna mess up my name, my brand? All right, I'm gonna change the entire landscape of hip-hop, battling each other, going bar for bar, word for word on raps. I'm going to change the entire landscape of it. When you set a precedent in law especially, that means for the future, they could go back to what happened with Drake versus UMG, and they could say, yo, I didn't like how this artist talked about that artist, so I'ma sue your label. I'ma sue your label. I'ma sue your label. This is what Drake wants to do. He wants to mess the game up and then exit it. He wants to stay in the game because y'all stained his name. Then he wants to leave it. He wants to leave it buried. There's no more battling no more. Y'all not battling. Y'all not doing it. Excuse me for being nasally. I just came off of a sickness. I just came off of a cold. It took away my voice. I couldn't speak for a week. I just got it back. My nose is still nasally, but y'all gotta understand, this ain't about rap. It's bigger than rap. It's bigger than that now. This right here is one of the most dangerous lawsuits that's publicized right now. It's this.
An expression that UMG couldn't be more excited about what lies ahead for its relationship with Drake. This just shows you that record labels don't give a shit about you. They have two artists beefing and they don't care because they like it. It's promotion for both artists, right? Even if they let one of the artists knowingly put out information in a song and now millions of people think Drake is an actual I mean, there's already people typing up right now. They think Drake is a real right now. I don't know if he is, I doubt it. Daisy also alleges that Grange is the author of the introduction to the UMG Code of Conduct, which states that UMG does not tolerate human rights abuses such as human trafficking and unsafe work practices, and only conducts business with partners who share our commitment to protecting human rights. At the beginning of the Code of Conduct, Grange says that UMG's leadership should be held accountable for the decisions we make and how we conduct ourselves. Daisy alleges that Grange has personal knowledge of massive harm created by false accusations of sexual misconduct and how such accusations can destroy someone's reputation instantly. The Code of Conduct.
Just like I said, reputation. This, I need you to listen to these words. Listen to those words that they're saying. Okay? Listen to the words that they're saying.
Make and how we conduct ourselves. Daisy alleges that Grange has personal knowledge of massive harm created by false accusations of sexual misconduct and how such accusations can destroy someone's reputation instantly.
All this, you could point back to beefs. A lot of things was being said. A lot of things was being co-signed by what was being said. There was no lawsuit. This is a precedent that's happening right now. This is something that is going to devastate the game as far as, yo, I don't like that guy. He said something about me in his raps. Let's go back and forth and beef. One of y'all make a hit record. The other guy don't make a hit record. His brand tarnished. He has all the right to pursue you and the label and of all of the above. You understand? This is not just about music no more.
The Code of Conduct in UMG directly goes to what happened in this lawsuit, and that Grange is well aware of how someone's reputation can basically be shit on instantly. I mean, that's just common sense, but yeah. A single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and that while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. That's literally a quote from Lucien Grange. Daisy connects UMG's incentive to devalue Drake's music and brand in order to gain leverage in negotiations for an extension of his contract.
This is the thing with lawfare, right? This is the thing with lawfare. It's not really about what the actual it's not about what actually happened. It's about what you can prove. It's about what things sound like. It's about what evidence you got. Yo, I think this guy's doing this. You might have not did this, Exhibit A, but I can make it sound like you did this. I can make it sound like y'all was out to get me with UMG when y'all put out Not Like Us. I can make it sound like I got the evidence right here. That probably wasn't what y'all was trying to do, but to me, it looks like it. Now you gotta prove otherwise, that it didn't look like it. How can you prove it? To me, UMG is on the back pedal right now. They're on defense right now. They're not looking too good in this. Cause he has a case for this. He has a case that UMG had an incentive to devalue Drake's music. Look at this. Look at my mouses. UMG's incentive to devalue Drake's music and brand in order to gain leverage in negotiations for an extension of his contract. If you knew anything about what was going on right before the beef, it was said that Drake had a deal and was going to renegotiate after his other deal. He had a huge deal. I forgot how many millions it was. It was a crazy number. It was like $500 million or some crazy shit like that. It was time for him to renegotiate. Not Like Us happens. Obviously, his brand is tarnished. Obviously, his name has a negative stain on it. So guess what? That number that you was going to get or that you was negotiating for after you got that $500 million, when it comes to renegotiation, that number is now lower than what you thought you was going to get and possibly lower than your last deal. Possibly lower than your last deal because of Kendrick. And guess what? Whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, guess what? Guess what? He has a case for it. That's all that matters. He got a case for it. You understand? He has a case for it. That's what law is.
That shocked me when the lawsuit first dropped because I never thought of it that way, that UMG was purposely trying to destroy Drake's reputation to get a cheaper contract. The next advance or the next record deal they give him, it's going to be cheaper because, bro, you have allegations out there. I don't know if I believe that, though. I'm going to be honest. I feel like this record label just saw two of their artists beefing and were like, fuck it. It's going to make us money. Let them do whatever they want. If they want to put this out, we'll let them put it out. That's what I think happened here. But Drake's team said they put extra effort in pushing fake streams and fake numbers and paying.
Let me ask y'all a question. Can y'all blame the label for the past however many years that hip hop has been around and however many beefs that this thing been happening? Beefs have been happening forever. UMG never thought. They never thought, yo, you know what? We might get sued for this. There is no precedent for this. They never thought one time during this beef, all they thought about was the bread. Yeah, they made that mistake, but they was not. Of course, they wasn't thinking about, yo, what if he sues us? They're not gonna sue us. I bet not one person in there, not one person, while this beef was going on, not one person was like, yo, I think we should stop this because somebody might, and then we might be liable for what's gonna happen. I'm willing to bet not a one staff member, not a one executive, not a one nobody, because it just wasn't a thought.
For bots and shit for not like us. The AC also alleges in detail that legal demands sent by plaintiffs to senior ranking UMG officials in July and August of 24. There's no doubt that Grange was made aware of these detailed denials from Drake, as well as Drake's description of the harm he had suffered as a result of the false allegations. Since the filing of the AC, plaintiff now also has a reason to believe that Grange was personally involved in decisions made regarding the marketing and promotion of the recording around its release. Wow, so they're saying they found more evidence of this? UMG has taken the position that plaintiff must prove that particular individuals at UMG acted with actual malice with respect to UMG's publication and republication of the recording. So somehow, someway, Drake's team has to prove that UMG knew it was false allegations and false statements being put out to the world. But they also have to show that Lucien Grange had the knowledge or reckless disregard and just said, fuck it. UMG cannot carry its burden to justify its refusal to search Grange's files. UMG is now taking a position that Grange had no meaningful involvement in the matters and decisions at issues in this litigation, having previously.
UMG has no choice but to take that position. Grange is surprised. He got surprised by this. Okay? Something surprised him. All right? He was surprised by this. He did not know this was going to happen. Okay? He had no idea. There's no way you would have had an idea. You see what I'm saying? So, yo, Grange, let me talk to you for a second, Grange. Listen. Okay, listen. In order for us to dodge discovery, man, we just gotta say that you had no idea this was gonna happen. You just gotta completely buy yourself out of it. You gotta completely. This is the position you gotta take, because this right here is looking like it's getting ugly, and you know we looking at $1 billion. We looking at this that we might have to pay this guy. We didn't think he was gonna do it, but he did it. He did it, man. And your name is all through it. You can't touch him. You can't make him disappear. He's too popular. He got too much money. He got too much motion. He got too. If you can't do him like Mike, you can't. Listen, Grange. This is what we're gonna need you to do. We need you to take this position. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we settle. Y'all gonna have to settle. Yo, mark my words. They don't want to settle, but from what this is looking like, they gonna have to settle. I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know what y'all think, bro. I don't know.
He argued that he had no role in the matters at issues in this litigation, and that any limited relevant information is expected, cumulative or duplicative of John Janik, CEO of Interscope, Monte Lipman, CEO of Republic, UMG's self-serving, unsupported, and untested factual avertments as to its CEO's lack of meaningful involvement, whatever that may mean, run counter to plaintiffs' allegations, and opposing to a discovery motion is not the proper form for raising challenges to the viability of plaintiffs' claims, nor such as challenges proper grounds to preclude otherwise appropriate discovery. They want to test these allegations, and they deserve to through discovery. UMG actually said the CEO's documents are cumulative and duplicative. That's crazy. The CEO of the company has got to know some shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way through emails, through meetings, the CEO had no idea about the release of Kendrick's big song against Drake, bro, and the whole beef that was going on. I highly doubt that. The very fact that Grange possesses responsive documents, whether or not the information contained in those documents is duplicative or cumulative of information that may eventually be produced from other custodial files, is independently relevant to plaintiff's claims because it reveals that Grange's knowledge and state of mind. That's another thing. In these defamation cases, they have to show knowledge and state of mind of UMG purposely putting out false statements, reckless disregard. Plaintiff cannot learn what he needs to learn in discovery from other custodians, and if Grange himself communicated about responsive topics, those communications are by definition unique to Grange, and thus not duplicative. Bro, he's got...
Listen, out of 100% chance, 0 out of 100% chance, do you think Lucian Grange heard the record before it came out? I want you to go back with this beef. I want you to go back and just think, right? If you remember last year, I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken. Last year, when they was going back and forth, Drake would drop a song, Kendrick could drop a song. First, when Drake was like, drop, or there was like a snippet of his record. Kendrick drops a record. He dropped, what's it called? Insomnia? What is this shit called, bro? What is the Kendrick record called, bro? Let me see this record, bro, because I don't want to get it wrong. It sounds stupid. Kendrick Lamar, Euphoria. He drops Euphoria. And then Drake's drops a record right after that. I think Family Matters. Right? He drops Family Matters. Right after Family Matters, within hours, it couldn't be no less than 4 hours, Kendrick dropped Night Like Us. It might have been way less than that. I don't think Grange heard the record. Me personally, I don't think he heard the record, because the turnaround time was too crazy. But then again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong about it. But me personally, I don't think Grange heard that record. I don't think he understood the gravity of the situation until the gravity landed on his head. I don't think he understood. If there is one email being sent to Grange about this song, Grange might have never clicked download on the song. Listen to me. 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 Grange might have not hit download on the song, bro. Grange might have just been outside eating, drinking, talking about the beef. Yo, this is crazy, man. I can't wait to see how it develops, man. I don't know who dropped. I got some emails, but you know, it is what it is. The email is in your account. It's in your mailing account. It's in your Gmail. Yo, it said Kendrick, Not Like Us right there. Damn, that's crazy. I mean, there's ways to prove that you didn't open it, but I think you could unread an email. I think that's possible, but I don't know. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is UMG is going to settle. You fans out there, these artists don't care about what you think. Drake especially, he don't give a shit. He does not care. This is about his name, his brand, his legacy. They have been tarnished. His music has not been hitting the same. He's starting to go up a little bit. He's starting to come back a little bit. But that Drake effect, that same when Drake gets on your song, it's an automatic smash top 10. That doesn't exist anymore. That's changed. That's not even Pusha T did this irreparable damage to him. I can't even say it's irreparable, but it's severe. It's one of them cuts that cut too deep. It's gonna leave a scar. It might not heal properly all the way ever again. You always gonna be that spot is gonna always be tender. It's always gonna be. You see what I'm saying? Like this is a very interesting time that we in. This is a very interesting time because I kind of could see where the result is gonna end up, and I knew that hip hop was dead, but maybe not the entire hip hop is dead because I think music itself has gotten better. There's people dropping a lot of good stuff out here. We got Offset, he dropped a lot of great records. We got Moneybagg Yo still out here. We got the older cats still dropping records. We got Millies. We got Jim Jones still out here. We got Freddie Gibbs. We got, man, everybody's dropping records, bro. But the aspect of hip hop, that balancing part, that battling part, that's gonna go away forever. After this, if Drake wins it, especially, I'm telling you.
To be on some email chains about this beef, bro. UMG also incorrectly claims that plaintiff agreed to drop his request for Grange documents until after UMG made other productions. Plaintiff made no such agreement and has always reserved his right with respect to Grange documents as reflected in the parties' extensive meet and conference correspondence. There is no practical solution to this dispute. If, as UMG claims, Grange had no meaningful involvement in the matters and decisions at issue in this litigation, then UMG will have little, if anything, to produce to plaintiff from his files, and the review process would impose minimal burden on UMG. Drake's team is basically saying if Grange had nothing to do with this whole Kendrick Drake song being released, then why not give over everything that they have? Indeed, the parties have already agreed on a preliminary set of search terms, many of which cover less than a 1-year time period. So they just want a year of documents? It sounds like a lot, actually. Likewise, if, as UMG also claims, Grange does have responsive documents, but they are truly duplicative documents from other custodial files, any duplication can easily be eliminated through the deduping process. What the fuck? Is that like a process to just delete documents? Drake's team filed this, documents to be produced, so they want these documents from UMG. Document number 1, all contracts and agreements between you and Kendrick Lamar, his agents, or anyone working on his behalf, including all contracts and agreements reflecting your right to approve, reject, and refuse to publish, edit, amend, alter, or veto the publication of Kendrick Lamar's musical works, music videos, or other content.
I must tell you, this man is going for the gusto. This ain't, yo, listen, this is surgical. Let me read that for y'all. Document request number 1. All contracts and agreements between you and Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, his agents, or anyone working on his behalf, including all contracts and agreements reflecting your right to approve, reject, refuse to publish, edit, amend, alter, or veto the publication of Kendrick Lamar Duckworth's musical works, music videos, or other content. I want to see all y'all contracts. If any contract has been released to y'all, revealed to y'all, signed by y'all, sent to y'all, sent back to me, sent back to them, sent back to the label, I want everything. I want to see everything. I want to know all the deets. Not only to make sure my case is 100. But I also want to know a little bit details about Kendrick as well. I want to know his business dealings. I want to know what y'all got going on over there. I want the scoop. I want the tea, the real tea, not this rap. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Do you realize how much files that is? Now I think they're crossing a line. Every single contract and agreement. I'm pretty sure Kendrick has his own record label under UMG, bro. Can you imagine how many documents this is? This is probably thousands and thousands of documents. This is unrealistic. It should have just been pertaining to these official releases of Not Like Us and all the beef songs and everything. All documents and communication relating to your approval or consent to publish the recording.
He wants information on Kendrick. And he also wants information on other things as well. This is surgical.
Image and video.
All documents and communications relating to your approval or consent. Yeah. Recording, yup. Because the Not Like Us video came out. The recordings, studio time, imaging, all that.
Communications involving Ramon Alvarez Smickle relating to the recording, image, or video promotion, blah, blah, blah. Ramon is the head of digital marketing at Interscope. All documents and communications relating to the payment and reimbursement of discretionary marketing funds for the benefit of Kendrick Lamar on any person working on his behalf, including but not limited to Anthony Saleh. So now they want everything regarding payments to Kendrick's managers. Now, if I was this manager, I'd be shitting my pants if I've been stealing from Kendrick anyway. That's my number one fear as artist, bro.
Now, your manager's business dealings is going to get uprooted and exposed. Hopefully Kendrick knows what's happening with his business dealings with his managers, because this could get ugly. This is like, this chess game right here is, look, Kendrick, he don't have all the pieces on the board in this chess game. I'm here to tell y'all. He don't. And this is a strategy that the only thing stopped artists from implementing this strategy was the false moralization of rap beef and what to do and what not to do. Once somebody get pissed off enough, they don't care about all them rules, them glass ceiling rules that can easily be broken. Drake went ahead and kicked open that door. This is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. It is what it is. We just here to watch the show.
I've seen it. A lot of artists just have a manager that doesn't really give a fuck about them. I mean, this has been a thing in like rock in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. All these rock bands, and I'm sure it happened to a lot of rappers. Happened to NWA, bro. These managers steal from you. If I was this manager, I'd be shitting my pants if I stole from Kendrick, bro. I'm gonna get killed over this shit. All documents and communication relating to any allegations, concerns, complaints, or reports, whether formal or informal. How are we gonna remember oral? Made to you relating to payola violations regarding any musical works by Kendrick. Payola is just paying a radio station or really any media company to play specific songs, but then not disclose it to the public in any way and show that it's like paid for play. Document number 6 is requesting all copyright restrictions for the recording, image, and video. Internal policies, procedures, and guidelines relating to the enforcement of copyright restrictions over the publication, playing, streaming, or sharing of musical works. Number 8 is all documents and communications relating to the Grammys in February of 2025. All documents and communications with the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. So this is coming after the Grammys now a little bit. Drake ain't gonna be invited to the Grammys ever again. I don't think he wants to, if I were to guess. Didn't Kendrick perform the song Not Like Us there? Or am I remembering that wrong? Of obtaining a nomination for a Grammy Award, obtaining a win for a Grammy Award. And now, of course, all documents and communication relating to the Super Bowl halftime show. Performance, all documents and communication sufficient to the number of streams, views, and
Holy shit. He's going after the Grammys. He's going after UMG. He's going after Kendrick Lamar. He's going after all... Listen. Iceman. He putting everybody on ice. He putting everybody on ice, bro. I don't agree with it, but guess what? I don't have no choice but to respect it. He going after all his enemies. Grammys traded on him. Jay-Z Super Bowl traded on him. This is ugly.
Downloads, purchases, and radio plays on all platforms, including social media platforms. Jesus, this is impossible, bro. This is unrealistic. Documents sufficient to show the executive compensation structure and annual incentive plans for Interscope CEO John Janik for the past 5 years. Drake's team want to know how much CEO got paid exactly for the past 5 years. Documents to show Interscope's 2024 executive incentive metrics, targets, and projections. Performance used to determine annual incentive compensation for Interscope's executive and officers. All documents and communications relating to the May 7th, 2024 armed attack and the May 8th and 9th, 2024 trespassing attempts at Drake's Toronto residence. Damn, so they want to see if anyone in UMG saw this shit going on and was like, oh fuck, now Drake's being attacked physically at his home. This is going too far. Shit. They're like panicking or something. All documents and communication relating to the promotion of the recording on Spotify and Apple Music. Bro, this alone is thousands of documents probably. Documents sufficient to show the total money spent by UMG, directly or indirectly, on the production and recording of the video. Documents sufficient to show the total monthly spent by UMG on the promotion of each recording and video.
Yo, son. He also getting information on if he ever signs with them again. He's also getting information on his next negotiation if there is another negotiation. This is a 12-pronged attack. This is a very sophisticated attack that he's pulling off right now. It's either y'all show me all these documents. If the judge grants that, y'all gotta show me all these documents for discovery. I don't care how y'all feel. Listen. All y'all old school hip-hop heads that fail to look at things objectively, this is what I'm gonna show y'all, right? If you trying to really figure out what's gonna happen in this deal, hopefully you listen to me. Hopefully you listen to my guy right here. I think his name is Cash Cow. I think y'all want to listen closely to what's going on. There's no more feelings involved in this. This is straight. This is warfare. This is no holds barred. This is, I want everything and the kitchen sink. The kid, the dog, everybody dying, no lying. But that's the end of the video though. There's 5 seconds left. I guess we could play the last 5 seconds, but
is fucking impossible. Comment down below what you guys.
Amen. Would this be? Is this a podcast episode or a reaction video? I don't know. I think I want to call it a reaction video. In my podcast episode, I'm gonna talk about a whole bunch of things. So yeah, I'm gonna call this a reaction video, man. Yo, listen. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe to the podcast as well. Think Pieces and Conversations everywhere. By yours truly, A Left Earth. The flames in the back. The flames of purification in the back. Saying, we out of here, man. Salute.